Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again. Yes, so we're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be doing a match reaction. And you know what? Let me just give you guys my first thoughts on the game before anyone else jumps in. I already got two people in the back room wanting to come in, so we're going to add them in a second. But first, let me just say what I thought about the game. I thought this game was two teams that could have won this game. And you know what? I thought Manchester United probably had the best chance of the game. But I feel like after Manchester United's best chance, which was the Cavani chance and the Rashford chance, everything else was Arsenal. Where Arsenal had the chance with Willian, we could have scored from there. Pepe could have scored from there. Pepe also had a chance near the end where it just went a few centimeters to the right, it would have went in. Lacazette, same thing, hit the post. So you know what? Manchester United, yes, they had two big chances to Arsenal's, like, I would say three. But you know what? It was a 50-50 game. I felt like with no Tierney, no Aubameyang, no Saka, you guys got lucky that you guys didn't whoop your asses with those guys present. If we had them, probably be a completely different game and we slap you guys around. But you know what? Hey, give it to you guys. Title challenge finito. Manchester United is not challenging for nothing this year. You guys are done. And you know what? Yes, we're still in eighth, but we haven't conceded a goal in over a month. And you know what? That to me is something where we should be a little bit proud of. And you know what? We haven't played well throughout this whole season, and we haven't had a lot of standout performances. And you know what? Today is not even close to a standout performance. But you know what? It shows that even when we're playing bad, we can still get a point. And that to me may be a little bit of progress based on the last couple of seasons. But yeah, let's get it started. We got two guys here with me. We got Sahal and Kirsten. Let me go to Kirsten. Kirsten, talk to me. What'd you think about the game, bro?
Before I get into the game, and make sure everyone in the comments, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all of that. Make sure you show Egal some love. Turn on that notification bell as well. And also, Egal, I wanted to correct you. You're not 8th, you're 9th because Villa are winning. Secondly, about the game, I thought United would have. I thought we were a better team today. I feel like we should have won the game.
Yes, Sahal.
I felt like we
Yeah, I
should have.
think something's wrong with something's wrong with me, your mic, or is it me? I'm not sure what's going on.
It's you, bro.
I couldn't hear
can
anything wrong with it.
just jump out and jump back in.
All right, once.
Okay, you were saying?
I felt as if we were the better side. You know, Cavani, you really should have scored 2 goals today. He had a poor game. I felt like our whole front three was quite poor. Rashford didn't do himself any justice today. I know he's on the right wing, but it doesn't excuse his performance. Martial, another poor performance, and I think we all see from this next game, Greenwood has to start on the right. It's not a conversation anymore. I've been telling people that Greenwood has to start on the right. When we went on a winning streak in the summer, it was Greenwood starting on the right-hand side and he was doing a job there. So I feel like Greenwood's got to start. With Arsenal, I don't think you played particularly badly. It was just a thing where you did have Saka out, a key player for you guys. So I wouldn't say you guys played badly. I just feel like we were the better side for the majority of the game. But one thing I will say, like the first 10 minutes of the second half, you guys played really well, and I feel like you guys had the better time during that time period.
Thoughts?
What's that then?
What did you think about the game? I thought it was a 50-50 game, but I thought Manchester United were lucky
Listen,
that we didn't beat them.
It was a 50-50 game, but it is total bullshit that Man United was a better team. Absolute bullshit. Everyone's going to confuse it because they had the 2 chances. Yes, they made the 2 clear-cut chances, but with Man United's quality, you expect them to make chances. But in terms of overall play and dominance for most of the game, it was Arsenal. First 20 minutes, Arsenal was the better team. United came in it. We had to weather the storm. Came out second half for the first 30 minutes. It was a better team. United came back into it. We knew that this is how the game was going to play. We knew that Man United was going to have their moments, but to see us dominate, possession-wise or going up the field, it was a lot better than I thought it would have been coming from Arsenal in terms of pattern of play and everything. It's just that when it came to some of our final passes, decision-making, we lacked today. And if it wasn't for that, I do think we would have punished United. We would have made a lot more better chances. So I don't get the notion that United played better. And I said it earlier on the terrace as well.
Who said United played better?
The way United played today
Who said
reminded
this?
me of Pepe. He didn't do nothing. Not this game. I'm saying previous games.
Oh, right.
He doesn't do anything in a game. But he scores 2 goals. That's what United done today. They didn't do nothing really, and then they
I felt
created 2 chances.
I felt that Arsenal didn't really break us down, to be honest. Like, you had
Okay,
the chance.
1 second, guys. Ads won't be long because he's going live soon. Ads, you want to go?
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, no, personally, if I could be honest with you, I think Pepe had a good game today. I'll be real with you. I'd say the only thing that was wrong with his performance today was obviously he was taking shots that he should have been taking, and they didn't come off for him, sadly. But they were very narrow. It was very close. I think Man United was shit today. I think Lindelof had a good game. It was no standouts. None of our big game players performed today. I think Pogba and Fred did okay. But realistically, I actually have to say to all the United fans agreeing that this is a good point. It's not a fucking good point because
Never. It's not a good
we
point.
should be beating this team if we're holding all the gas beforehand and then getting patterned up after and then saying, oh no, but we weren't gassing it up. And I always said we were never going to win the league. I've never said we're going to win the league. I said we're capable of doing it. But I've always said we don't tick off the 3 boxes because, like I said to you guys when you guys took on Southampton, you need ambition and consistency. And today we didn't have that. And that's why we didn't win the game. And Arsenal, I think they actually played okay. I actually think they did play okay. It's going to be an underrated performance because this derby is so gassed up. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I analysed how Arsenal were trying to play. It was very good from them. I think they actually did pretty well. They broke us apart. They definitely did break our defence up. They definitely did. They make Maguire and Lindelof work, whether they win or lose against us. And that's all I've got to say today, man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for coming on, bro. Appreciate it. Jem, do you have to go also?
Yeah, I won't be long, so I'll just quickly say what I'm going to say, really, about the game. To be honest, I thought both teams were very poor in the final third, if you want my honest opinion. I feel like there was times where people like Lacazette taking a 25-yard shot needless when he could have just laid it off into someone that was, I think it was Pepe running in behind the defender.
Or Pepe.
Oh, Martinelli, that's it, yeah. You know, like for me, it was just a circus in terms of what was happening in the final sort of decisions of the games and that. But to be fair, I thought Man United were poor. I thought Arsenal were better than Man United. Don't think Arsenal were great. Don't get me wrong, sit here and say it's a vintage Arsenal performance. I just thought Arsenal dealt with it quite well, if that makes sense. And to be honest, when I saw the team lineup and I saw David Luiz and Bellerin and all these people, I was thinking to myself, shit, you know, they're in trouble. Do you know what I mean? And you dealt with them. You kept Rashford very quiet. Bruno was non-existent in my eyes. And if anyone was going to win that game, I think Arsenal deserved it more than United. I know Man United had the better chances, which they didn't finish. But if you look at the overall game, I thought Arsenal were better. I thought Man United were poor in the second half. I thought they were very poor.
I think we had a bad second
I just want to stop you guys there quickly. Just put a point out to everyone in the comment section. Guys, do me a favor. Join us tonight if you want to join us in the video by clicking on the link. And also, if you don't want to join us, click on the link. And please press the like button. And everybody here, if you haven't already done that, please press the like button. Nitish, Kesh, Kirsten, Jem, and you guys, if you can do that, just press the like button. Helps more people see the video and more people get involved. Now, Indiana's here also. Now, Jem, you were done your point, right?
Yeah, I'm cool, bro. Yeah, I've said what. Yeah.
Okay. Hassan, unarmed. You're on mute. Hello.
Don't want to talk, bro.
I can't hear him. He's not speaking.
Okay, yeah. Just jump back on, bro. Indiana, you want to say what were you gonna say before Nitish goes?
Just a load of bullshit, wasn't it? Really, just a bullshit game from Man United's part. That game was taken, and I'm pissed off with it, man. It's the same old shit.
Yeah, I would be Indiana. If I was, I would be if I was a United fan because I thought you were poor. If you want my honest opinion,
We were fucking poor, Jem.
Yeah,
we were really poor. Dilly Daddy FC. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of people calling out twin. I'm sick of people saying a better manager gets his team winning things.
Nah,
it's so wrong. These players don't turn up. It's bullshit. Marshall FC, you're a bunch of pricks. Every single fucking one of you. Dilly Daddy Fred. I'm sick of it. It's all the same. It's always the same shit. Just stop giving teams credit for you playing badly. I'm annoyed with it, man. I'm pissed off with it.
Okay. And then Nitish, Arsenal side of things. What do you think?
Before that, ad should have been here for that Fred comment. But yeah, what I was just trying to say was overall, I think there was no connectivity between United and their attack from midfield to attack. And for some reason, Solskjaer tends to change his tactics around with Arteta coming against him. So I don't know what he was trying again today. The only thing that I'm disappointed with respect to Arteta is that he had an option of going for the kill when he could have taken off maybe Bellerin or Cedric and gotten in Odegaard earlier. But he also was happy taking back a single point and not actually going for the win. He didn't want to lose the game, you can say, in a sense. So he was happy that if we get a goal, we'll win the game. If we don't get a goal, we'll be fine. And in that heat moment, Cavani got a couple of chances where he could have scored. So I get the feeling that Arteta should have been more ambitious in this game and tried to get a goal when he could see that United was clearly struggling to connect between midfield and attack. And that is where I'm a bit disappointed with this single point.
Okay. Now, Hassan, are you
Yeah,
with us?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you
Egal.
think is the neutral?
See you later on. Take
Later,
care.
Jem, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, yeah. In my opinion of this game, I think both sides had good chances to take the win and to take the late goal.
Yes, bro.
But I felt like when the game ended, like for me, when I decided it was going to be a 0-0, is when Willian came on and Martial came on. For me, that cemented it. Like it was just going to be a 0-0. But in a way, Arsenal should have really, in my opinion, got a 1-0 lead in the last 15 minutes because they were pressing hard and then they were trying to go for the win. But I felt like both teams had chances, but the chances were taken properly. So I think both teams, in a way, had a poor game.
I think that's fair, to be honest.
Okay. Sonny?
How you doing, guys? And everyone in chat, you all right?
Chilling, bro.
I didn't see the first 20 minutes of the second half because I had to go and pick my son up from work. So I missed a lack of it in the bar, and I missed the main chances that we had. But you know, it's a point which doesn't do either side any favours, to be honest with you. It doesn't do us any favours. It don't do United any favours. But having said that, with a team we had to put out through circumstances, it turned out to be a very good point for us because even on the night, there are certain players for us who didn't play very well, which you know I'm sure you're going to cover when you get to play ratings. But the delusion of the United fans is a joke. Is an absolute joke.
100%.
The problem is, Egal, when you go on certain platforms, you're set up to foul. And you're gonna be led down a blind alley, and you won't be able to talk yourself out of it because that's the alley you led up. The things with United, their fans are going on like somebody had the last bit of milk, so they couldn't eat their cornflakes in the morning, right? and the truth is, the cornflakes was never supposed to be for them in the first place because the milk was never theirs. So how they crying over not being in the title, not winning the league? They was never in a position. They was never going to win the league anyway. You know, they could have been 15 points clear and they still wouldn't have won the league. You know, United are the new Spurs. You know, it's simple as that.
Can I stop you right there?
All right, cool.
A lot of the two United fans that are here right now, they never said they were going to win the league. It's just
I
some
never said
said.
that.
No, of course,
it's
you know
not
what?
Sonny, I think I get what you're saying because there are some fucking idiots out there who say that. A bit like Arsenal.
There is on every fan base,
People say that Arsenal back, but not everybody said it in the fan base. That's not fucking true. Why people are annoyed is because it's the basics that go wrong. People talk about Bruno Fernandes and they forget that when you play a better side, especially a side with great defensive form, they're going to be able to read those quick passes. They're going to be able to read those movements better than the other sides. We did drop off today. We did. We weren't on form. There are big questions about why the manager will play Marcus Rashford on the right, regardless of who you've got at left back, because he is better on the left. Play to your strengths.
I agree with it. I agree with you. You're killing two positions. Yeah.
Midfield. I'm sorry, when it comes to defensive midfield, our depth is probably worse because without Scott McTominay and Fred together, both of them playing together, we cannot move the ball forwards. We cannot do it.
Can I stick up for Ollie though? know,
I back Ollie a lot.
yeah, I thought it was quite brave.
I thought he's wrong.
I thought it was quite brave what he done when he took McTominay off, because obviously McTominay couldn't continue. To bring on yet another attacking player, I thought it was very brave, because it could have, if he was playing a better Arsenal side, it could have backfired on you, because you know we was very understrength today. So Ollie going for it and trying to open the game up. He's got to be commended for that, really. I think United's problem as an outsider with no banter at all. You know what Terry said the other day. He said, you know, Liverpool, when they was in their slump, they should have sacrificed Mane or Salah, right, and changed it up and bought someone new. Maybe it's time for a Rashford or a Martial to go. So because
no, Sonny, I agree and I disagree with you, because I don't. For the life of me, I've got no fucking idea why Martial goes on that pitch. If it's me, if it was me, I'd be bringing on Greenwood, playing him on the right, putting Rashford on the left. And then you can say, yeah, let's go for it. Martial's been dog breath all season. The guy's not a striker. He's not. He never fucking has been, which is why a 33-year-old who hasn't played football for months is our best striker.
You haven't replaced Lukaku, have you? At the end of the day, you haven't replaced Lukaku. He was your number 9. He had his good points and bad points. Maybe United never played to Lukaku's strengths, but you know you haven't gone out in the market. It's a big club, you know, the biggest club in the world, and you haven't got yourself a proper established hungry number 9. You know,
and with the owners we've got, that shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, to be honest.
And if today Tierney and Saka would have been playing, they would have destroyed Wan-Bissaka on their right hand side. I feel
That's
that
never happening. That's never happening.
He was already struggling. He was already struggling today. He got booked as well.
Wan-Bissaka was struggling.
Listen, the thing about the Glazers. The thing about the Glazers.
Guys.
Yeah.
Let Samuel speak.
I just want to say, I put money in the Glazers' pocket by buying their shirt.
Yeah.
I bought their shirt. I put money in their pocket. I don't mind that. I put money in their pocket by buying this shirt. I put money in their pocket. I don't care. They did. I will not. You know what? They're our rivals. You know what? I don't care. You know what? End of the day, Oli is the man for Manchester United, but he hasn't got the great players. Yes, he has a few good players, but listen, he needs a proper player up there who's hungry. Not a lot of those players are hungry right now. Same with us.
You know what? Samuel, I agree with you. I mean, United are not too dissimilar between the players that we have. They're all overrated. Well, majority of them are overrated, and they're simply not good enough for the stature of clubs that they play for.
And I just want to add one point. The reason I'm saying Wan-Bissaka was struggling is not because he was struggling as a player, but when your midfield is not linking up with your attack and giving the ball to the opposition and letting them come at you in the second half especially, your defender has to do a lot of work, and that is why he got booked as well. Imagine if Tierney was running left and up and down the flank on the left, or Saka was there in that game, he would have had a lot more to do than what he was doing. So that would have probably, he could have even been sent off.
That's what happened in the first game. He struggled because what you had was, I think it was Partey that was trying to pick out those diagonal balls in the first game, and Wan-Bissaka, he doesn't track the flight of a ball when it's coming at him in the air.
That's very
good
true.
enough. So you end up catching him out.
Kesh, I'd rather have Wan-Bissaka all day over Bellerin. But
listen, there's nothing wrong with having run with Wan-Bissaka. And to be honest, I know people saying that Rashford isn't great on the right, but if you've got someone like Wan-Bissaka and you set it up in a way where Rashford should have to come back with Wan-Bissaka. You don't need Wan-Bissaka to attack. You tell Wan-Bissaka stay back, hit that side, and you let Rashford go marauding on that side.
Listen.
That's what you do.
Sorry, so let me interrupt.
Are we celebrating draws now?
Chips, new album is fucking fire.
I think we have to celebrate a draw, to be honest with you, because that's the best we could have got today, in my opinion.
Listen, if Coutinho or Saka were here, it would be in a different game. Simple as.
1 second, guys. Let's hear what YS has to say.
Yo,
brother, YS, chat to me. What's good? Hello.
He's not talking.
WSL.
He's not talking.
Yeah, what's up, man?
There you go. There you go.
Tell me what's good, bro.
I just want to quickly ask a Man United fan: did Bruno play today?
Like, he didn't play well.
I just want to ask, because I've seen a lot of United fans gassing this guy up, saying, "Oh, he's back from the Liverpool game."
Again, where was Partey today, though?
He was on the pitch, mate. He was. He was.
What are you on about?
You know what? Partey was giving the ball away a few too many times. He was much better than Fernandes, man. Partey wasn't good today. Yeah, let's be honest.
No, Partey played poor, but he was. At least you notice Partey as much.
Yeah, you noticed him playing poor.
Gonna say and deny. Bruno was poor.
Look, I'm not.
Great game for Arsenal since fucking arrived. Come on.
I'm not trying to throw shade at Fernandes, right? I just want to.
Flags and all that. What are you talking about?
The one thing with me, Fernandes.
That's not his job.
Yo, guys, let USL get his point across.
His job. He failed at his job today. His job was to link the midfield to Tierney. He failed at that. That's his job.
So shooting at the fucking corner flag is doing his job. Come on.
Not everyone's a shooter.
He ain't.
One at a time, everybody.
He's never did it.
Hold on. On the combined 11 last night, what you got said? You had said Fred's been performing great, yeah? So Fred's doing his role. Fred's not a shooter.
He almost scored though. He almost scored though.
No, I'm saying Fred's not a shooter though. Fred's not a shooter. Yeah. So I'm not expecting him to be scoring goals. Yes, he can get the odd one there and there. But that wasn't his job.
Kesh,
his job was to link play, and he failed at it.
Anybody in their right mind is not putting Fred above Partey in terms of quality.
Leno saved that.
I'm just saying where he shot from. Listen, where he shot from was he wasn't even set for a shot, so he should have took the shot. He was never set for it.
That's decision making.
No, and that's what did I say? I said Partey played poor today. I never backed him, but I said, what I said, because
are we arguing the same point? Because
we are arguing the same point. Yeah, okay.
So why are you arguing then?
Guys, let Cam get in. He hasn't said a word yet.
Partey was supposed to play poor against Southampton as well.
Cam, talk to me.
I'll be honest, yeah. The reason why I'm laughing, yeah, is because United are more vexed at this new year than Arsenal fans.
As we should.
No, I am.
Listen. Let's be real, yeah. Let's be real, yeah. All things considered, Arsenal played much better football today, but United had
the 2 chances,
the clear-cut chances. Now, can we put this Cavani thing to rest? Because he just proved today why he should retire, basically.
Whoa.
I think United fans know that as well.
Would you rather a striker got on the end of chances and missed them, or a striker who got on the end of no fucking chances? Like, because
I'd rather
the outcome is
with no chances.
The outcome is
the chances he missed. Look, all fair to him, yeah. The second chance he missed, people say he was stretching. If that's the case, he should have left it to Martial.
But Indiana, then what the real problem with Martial is also that he's missing chances. If Cavani is also
no.
We're talking about
Martial is he doesn't make that fucking run in the first.
Martial don't make that run. Martial don't. I think.
But Martial was right behind him at the time.
Listen,
no.
I think with the Cavani thing,
he was. I'm not even trying to look. Listen, as much as I do want to troll and banter tonight, yeah, I can't. Innit? Arsenal didn't win, so I can't really do that.
Cavani just didn't deal with the
Martial at that one point, whether you like it or not. Martial at that one point, whether you like it or not, was right behind Cavani. Well, listen, Indiana.
That is why I said last night about.
Hey, Kesh. Yeah, hold on. Whether you like it or not, as much as we slate Martial and all that, yeah, at that one particular time, at that one moment, he had a better opportunity to score that.
Yeah, but I was Cavani to know that though. That was just a moment. You can't really say anything. You didn't know that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying if Cavani knew it or not. I'm just saying personally.
Cam. How about when Pepe had that shot when all he had to do was square it to Lacazette?
Yeah,
he didn't even have to do that, bruv.
It's all about choices. It's all about
Maguire's foot, bruv.
I expect that.
Doing it straight, bruv.
Pepe is a £72 million flop. I expect him to be missing better chances for no apparent reason.
Thanks for coming on, bro. Before you leave, do you have any closing statements?
Again, as I said, I think Arteta was happy with the point. So he's not gone in all attack. He's waited till around maybe 70, 80 minutes to get in Odegaard. Otherwise, his first substitute would probably have been one of the fullbacks replaced, back three,
Two.
and be pushing
You
forward.
back three? Oh, come on, man.
No,
That
we
is-
would have switched to a more
Oh,
aggressive
bro,
because
man.
the
What is
midfield.
back
Hold
three?
on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Let him
Because the
finish his
midfield.
point. Let him finish his point.
No, because the United's midfield was not linking with their attack and they were not creating that many chances. We would have gone aggressively for the win. But because Arteta was also not trying to lose the game, he has continued with the formation of 4 at the back, and he has gone with the mentality that I want to get at least 1 point. We have already beaten
That is
United at
nonsense.
Old
You don't
Trafford.
see.
I don't agree. I don't
You
agree.
don't see
Yo,
Klopp. Let me finish. You don't see Klopp or Pep playing a game, and just because the team's playing poor, he switches it to a back three to win. He believes in his philosophy and he sees it through. What
Ash,
today? No. Pep believes in his philosophy and he
Yelza.
sees it through. He's not going to change the system to go and get a goal. He might make a substitution and bring a different player on. But why is he going to change the system?
But he'll give them a role to exploit those gaps and those
Yes, I
positions.
know, but he's not going to change the system.
Look,
He's not going to play a back three.
I agree, Kev. You're right. The reason we didn't win that game, right? Forget about United a minute. We're just talking about Arsenal at the moment. Yeah, the reason we didn't win that game is because Smith Rowe weren't on his game tonight, and Noel's party. Our system is the system they're playing is not a pragmatic system at all, because it's not a system that we played at Old Trafford. Our system is a fluent attacking system. But the thing is it is. But the game was too big for Smith Rowe, in my opinion.
Yeah, he went timid today. I said that on the terrace. I said he was very timid today because there was opportunities where he got in the little pocket behind Pogba and all of that. And instead of turning, which you normally see him do, turn and off, turn and drive, he only done that one occasion, and that's the time when he played Pepe. That's what he should have been doing from the moment the game started. But he was very shy, and obviously you have to expect that. Like, he's not a player he's not a seasoned pro. Like, he's not been playing games of the games, so he's still adapting to that. So I'm going to cut him back.
Kesh, one second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be trimming the panel down to 4 of us. Indiana, do you have any closing remarks before you go?
I think you need a free kick specialist with all those free kicks you had today.
Okay.
Like, go and buy Ward Prowse or someone like that, man. Kill those games.
I'm telling you.
Why are you, Indiana? Why are you so upset, bro?
Because I'm pissed with my team, man.
Of course,
You should have been pissed against Sheffield United, bro. I mean, tonight didn't matter.
Go ahead.
Of course, tonight matters.
No, it didn't, bro. Sheffield United was a game what mad, because if you beat Sheffield United and you got a draw against us,
Drawing against this Arsenal team is never acceptable.
It's the performance, it's the dilly-dallying, the decision-making. Like, the quality, the level of players that we've got, the squad depth. From our first 11, you go under that, and all of a sudden you go from, like, a top 6 side to a bottom 3 side.
Yeah, I agree.
Just fucking crazy. It pisses me off.
If you took Pogba, Bruno...
have a good day, Indiana. Thanks for coming on, bro. Kirsten, any closing remarks before you go?
Like, share, subscribe, people. Make sure you follow everyone on the stream, and Merry Christmas.
Stay well, my bro.
My guy, he took that moment to say Merry Christmas. Before we go mad, YS has been trying to join in. Yo, are you here with us? Yo, brother, YS.
He's miming tonight. He's doing a mime show.
Nah, he's not. Okay, forget it. Okay, guys, let's talk about it. Realistically, before we get into the player ratings, Cam, you've been quiet. What do you got to say?
Bro, like I said, bro, I was giving Smoke a week. We didn't do what I thought we were going to do, but that's down to the lineup, really. When I saw when I saw Saka and Tierney not involved in the actual squad itself, I said, I even tweeted it before the game. I said, look, I know I've been sending Smoke a week, so if we do lose, I'll still accept the smoke, but I'll be happy with a draw now when I saw the lineup. So I'm like, people are pissed off. I'm just happy we got a draw, fam, after that lineup, bro. That's the truth, fam. People are saying, obviously, Party proved to me today why I don't hype him, because I expect this in this game. I was expecting it coming. You get what I'm saying, bruv? Like,
why?
but it's just what I see. That's what I saw when he played for Atletico.
Maybe it's a fitness issue. That party was so bad tonight. It might be a fitness. You know, because he's better than what he showed today.
He's better.
He had moments in the game. He had moments in the game where
a lot of
where
players. Like you've man. Well, I know a couple man have told me already. Look, give him time. You'll like him. Like I think Egal, you're one of them. Like you've already told me. Look, give him time, but. I don't know, man. I've already said it. I hope he proves me wrong in it. That's one player I hope he proves me wrong.
I don't see how you can have a doubt in Partey. Any one of the top 6 teams will take him off our hands now.
Partey is quality, but he's not fit to lace Vieira's boots. He's you know he got compared to Vieira. He's nowhere near Vieira, man.
How many players can you compare to past legends?
No one.
None of these. No one. But you can't compare Pogba to Liverpool's goals in that. I don't care how good Pogba is. That's just the way it is.
I agree,
the players of this era are not as good as what it was back then. I'm just telling you, and it's the honest truth.
Okay. So, question: do you generally feel like Thomas Partey was a problem today in our midfield?
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was just him. It
wasn't just him. I mean, Xhaka was the best out of the 3 midfielders. Xhaka was the best one.
It started, and I knew it was going to happen like this in the game. The first moment when I saw Smith Rowe being timid, I said, "This is where it's going to start. Everyone's not going to be clicking." And then by the time it gets late in the game, we're not going to find that connection, and we didn't find the connection. We needed to start well. We needed that triangle to start well from the moment you said go, and it didn't.
You know what it was, though, Kesh? As well as Pepe played, because I thought Pepe was one of our better players today. Because Smith Rowe is more in tune with playing with Saka. For the youth team. I think because he didn't know really Pepe's game. That's probably what works against us.
Yeah, I
listen.
agree.
Yeah, look. As much as Pepe should have buried at least, I mean that one where he shot it straight at Maguire's foot, it still baffles me.
No, it was going in though. That was a trajectory. You saw it was going bottom corner.
It was going in.
Listen, no. Look, we watched that chance I'm talking about. Yeah, when he was in the middle of the goal. Yeah. I'm telling you, fam. Maguire didn't know, fam.
He didn't know.
No, Maguire's foot was just there. He shot it at Maguire's foot.
I didn't say that one. The one I was talking about.
Literally, bro, Cam, what are you talking about? Let me give you an example what he did. He literally went like this.
He ran into the middle and he shot it.
He bent down. He stooped down with his leg out like that.
The one I was talking about.
The man literally put his foot out and
like that.
Yeah, but I didn't see that one.
That was a goal.
The one I was talking about when he was on the edge of the box, right? He was inside the box, and he went for the far post, right? And he went, and that went through. All he had to do was square it to Lacazette, and a bit of
the second one.
This is the second one.
There was a bunch of poor chances. Poor decisions.
Are we really doing that?
Lacazette.
Are we saying Pepe should have squared that pass? That
to be honest with you, yeah, that was
no. Of course, it wasn't unlucky, man. It wasn't unlucky at all.
Yeah.
No, man, it wasn't.
It's not unlucky.
No. The best Arsenal side, that would have been rolled across the area, and Lacazette would have had a tapping, man.
Yeah, it's not unlucky. It's poor decision making.
It's poor decision making.
When it comes to football, you're meant to play to the man.
Yeah, but we know the thing is, we know Pepe's got that finesse in him. We've seen it.
Well, he didn't.
It would have been a different. Everyone would be like, "Oh, we'll go." Obviously,
but he didn't. But it was one for the.
I don't care about. I don't care about what welder you can pull off. If the man's in a better position, you play.
Exactly.
I don't care about you scoring screamers.
Yeah, but could he see Lacazette? That's the thing. Could he see Lacazette?
No, that's poor from him. That's poor from him. That's what.
Yeah, when you're a top class footballer, you're going to push it.
I thought you were talking about the first one.
I didn't see the first one.
After Willian's stupidness, Pepe had a chance.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about. What
Yeah,
about
that's
you?
what I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm,
Yeah,
talking about. I'm talking about the second one.
Look,
When
that
I'm
was
talking
our
about the second
only
one.
one clear-cut opportunity. Full
No,
time.
it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the only one. The Lacazette
No, I
one.
mean, no. I know it wasn't the only one, but it was the main clear. But I don't care. That was one of
Nah,
one
man.
of the most.
The
Yeah, it was.
main one is
Bro,
Lacazette.
the guy
Because
was right there, bro. But he
listen,
shouldn't
the
have
main
taken
one is
so many
Lacazette.
touches.
You know why it's Lacazette? Because at that moment in the game, you scored that goal.
What
You
bit?
put United under pressure. The first 10 to 15 minutes. We had, I think it was 3v2. Their defense, their three defenders.
Oh, when
He
he
shouldn't
shot.
even.
You got
He shouldn't even shot
Martinelli
there.
going
He shouldn't
wide.
even shot. He shouldn't have
Yeah,
shot.
no, he
You got
shouldn't have shot.
Pepe going right. You should never shoot there. And this is what I mean
Yeah, exactly.
about.
That's right.
This is what I mean
Yo,
about
guys,
players trying to
question.
take the limelight for themselves. Like when I remember when Pep first came to City and he said, "Listen, this is not what we're about. If the player's in a better position, you play in the better position because that's how you score goals. You make it easy for your teammates. Don't try to score worldies and all that. Like, I'm not saying you can't, but in a match like this, you make the most of the situations that you conjure up. And that situation like that, you're attacking. You do that in training. Do the
Well,
things
that's
that
why.
you work on.
That's why
guys, can I
Henri's
ask
got
you
so
guys
many
a
goals. That's
question?
why Henri's got so many goals. Because Bergkamp used to lay it on the plate for him every game.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you guys a question? Did you guys see the game the same way as me? Seeing that yellow, it should have at least been a yellow card on stamping on Shaka's foot.
It should have been a yellow.
Yeah, it should have been a yellow. Yeah.
It happens in games, man. It should have been a yellow, but it happens. It happens.
So there's no point of even bringing it up. You're saying it's an irrelevant point.
Yeah, but yeah. Also, when Laka got injured, you know, it's like what's his name? That big head, Frankenstein. He sort of arched his back for Laka to fall over. You know, that's how I saw that one as well.
Maguire should have had 2 yellows though. He should have.
Yeah, he should have.
That's the one way he tripped on the edge of the box. That's a yellow for me because the ball's gone to the other side of him. If you don't block Lacazette off, he's changing his run and he's going onto that ball. That's a yellow.
Yeah, you know,
that was a 2v1 situation. I don't see how you don't give a yellow for that.
Yeah, but on the positive note, right? Because we're just focused on some of the negatives. On the positive, even though we was 4 players down or whatever it was, you know, our main players, they still had the bottle to play out from the back and still try and do their 1-2 pass. I know it never came off.
I agree,
but they still tried to play to their system, and you know they weren't going to be bullied out of it, and that was a good thing.
Listen, there's a positive.
Yeah,
I look at that game and there was never
game, by the way.
There was never a moment in the game where I felt threatened or anything like that. I was just disappointed that we couldn't make the final connection from the 2 sitting players to Smith Rowe.
Yeah, United were poor, man. United were very poor.
They look so open. Like if we just strung those passes together, we would add a few very.
One second. Can I say one thing? YS, I tried to add you 4 times. Your sound wasn't working. Come back on if you want to come back on.
Shut up.
What? What the hell is that set up on that?
He's bored. Let's move on.
He's bored. Just leave him, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that comment there got me funny when.
I continue. Anyways, guys, we're gonna do the player ratings. I think this game we can be quite proud of some of the players, even though it was a draw, and there was a couple of players that pissed me off. But did you guys see the game the same way I seen it? Willian came in and was wasteful again, or do you feel like
it was shit, man.
No, what I would say, the first 12 minutes that he came on for, I was pissed off because there was times where we could have broke on the left hand side with him and Cedric, and he kept going back.
Oh, by the way, quickly, Kesh, do you know why Martinelli come off? Because I'm hearing he wasn't even front of injury.
No, they've been managing him. This has already been said by Arteta from when he played in the what game was it? He played the Chelsea game.
Yeah.
Since he suffered from his injury, he's been missing games, so they're managing him properly.
What's wrong with Saka? What's wrong with Saka tonight?
He was sore hip.
Sore hip.
Yeah.
Sore hip. Yeah, apparently he didn't want to risk him.
So he must
have been banging his girl last night or something.
But yeah, what was you saying about the game, girl? The Willian thing. Yeah, so Willian, when he first came on, he was pissing me off. But he kept turning back and I'm thinking, he doesn't want to make the run. There's times that Cedric's got the ball and you're thinking, make the run ahead of the man so he can play you. You're making it too easy for Wan-Bissaka to pick you up. Make a decision. Give him a decision to turn. And he's not doing that. But
Kesh, you know why?
I think once he got the kick though, it did spur him on a bit. He got that kick and he spurred on a bit. He started playing. People being unfair and they're scapegoating him. I admit that. But the first 12 minutes, he played terrible. But once he got that kick, there was something happened in him. He got a bit of life. He started moving. He started trying to string passes together. So he didn't play great, but he played better.
I think a 4 is the only appropriate rating, a 4.
Yeah, the thing is though, you know what the thing is with Willian, it's very evident now. It's very evident. He's lost his pace.
Yeah,
right?
he's lost his pace.
And basically, unless he reinvents himself, or he don't give a shit. All he is a 220 grand flop.
I agree.
He's getting a 1.
Okay, so we weren't really doing player ratings, but if we're gonna do player ratings, I'm gonna start with Leno, and I'm gonna give him an 8 because I felt like there was the Rashford chance where he made himself big and he did what every keeper should do and make the player second guess their shot, and the save that he had against Fred. And the rest of the game, he didn't really have much to do, but I felt like he was commanding in the box and he did everything right today. So I think he deserves an 8.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, he kept us in the game. The reason we did get something out of this game was due to Leno. So I think, people were criticizing him a few games ago, saying he hasn't really faced that much. But
They said it was a camera save. Remember?
Yeah.
This was a camera save. I'm not going to lie. It was a good save. I thought it was wide. I didn't think he touched
it weren't wide. It wasn't wide.
It was I think it was going to hit the post and go in.
Yeah. So it was a good
save. Like, hit the inside of the post and go in.
Yeah. Natish is back also. Okay, so the next player we're going to do Bellerin. What'd you guys think about Bellerin? I'll give this to Cash.
You know what, yeah? He made some very key clearances. I'm talking cutbacks that was in the box. There was times when he actually tracked the man, he tracked the danger. This is probably one of his better defensive performances that I've seen from him this season. So I'm going to give him credit. He gets a 6 for me.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it moving. David Luiz, I'm going to give to my guy, Sonny.
David Luiz was a leader today. You can't. He's a leader, but I never want to see the guy take free kicks again. He can't score a free kick. He scored one like
he hasn't scored one in years.
He scored one like Roberto Carlos did in the Toulon years ago, and he thinks he can take free kicks. He can't. The thing is though, Arsenal's defensive record ain't down to individuals. It's not down to even collective unit as a defence. It's down to the team. They're defending better as a team.
Yeah. Pepe as well. I saw Pepe actually chasing back and trying to defend.
What did you give Bellerin, by the way?
I gave him a 6. I know a lot of people are saying he gave the ball away a lot, but look beyond that because a lot of the players, all 11 of the players, was giving the ball away a lot.
But the thing is, let's not get twisted though. These defenders are not turned into world-class defenders overnight. They're still shit.
Definitely not.
Don't let us give Luis
by the credit that we give him.
I'll give Luis. I'll give Luis an 8. He showed the leadership that we needed.
Okay. He got the man of the match as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob Holding, Cam. Rob Holding's your guy.
My guy, yeah? Rob Holding, I'll give him a 7, man. He was solid, man. I can't even lie about it. He was solid today, man. It was decent. Not really anything wrong, innit? Like, it was...
I felt like Rob Holding was just as good as David Luiz, but David Luiz
that's what I'm saying. You're giving... But the only reason why I didn't say 8, I'll give him 8, but... Obviously, Holding got man of the match. So, I mean, Luiz got man of the match, sorry. So...
Listen, people keep talking about the terrace. Listen, understand that
hold it down for us. And a lot
I understand that. I'm gonna see stuff my way. They're gonna see stuff their way. It's you can't.
No, they're never gonna give you. You don't know who this guy is, but you're the Benny Hill, you're the Charlie Chaplin of the Arsenal fan base because they're never gonna give you time to explain your point. They're always gonna cut you off.
Yeah, of course.
That's what it is.
Don't compare me to Charlie Chaplin, bro.
No, but that's how they're treating you, bruv. You're the Charlie Chaplin of the Arsenal fan base.
No, that's ridiculous, bro. Stop that. I'm
telling you.
If anything, that's time.
So some of the arguments just coming out with tonight, bruv. That Grealish hypothetical conversation you was having the other day. Honestly,
I didn't even watch it tonight.
I felt like
I didn't even watch it tonight. So
why?
Why?
After the game, I just went to chill with my little man because obviously we did the
Bro,
stream.
if you're having a hypothetical conversation for one, if you're having a hypothetical debate, then if it's hypothetical, then everything is hypothetical. Then it means Conky's going to give us 500 million in the summer, right? So if it's hypothetical, you can't. Neither you or Terry then can't just throw facts in. It's a hypothetical argument.
So hold on, did I get on to you again?
Just leave it. Just move on. Forget it. Let's just move on.
All right, Cedric.
Egal needs me on there.
Wait, I'm gonna give Cedric. Everyone's saying Cedric was solid today. I don't think he did nothing wrong, and he is out of position. He did take on
out of position a couple of times, but
I thought Cedric was, for me, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, he handled the threat of Martial, he handled the threat of Rashford, he handled the threat of Pogba. Oh no, I think he gets a 7 as well. Solid.
Okay.
You know what? Listen, can I say one thing as well? You know why United fans are getting on to Rashford? Ole playing Rashford on the right is because they saw Cedric on the right, so they thought Rashford was going to play better against Cedric. Obviously, I know that's Rashford's weaker side as well. That's the truth.
Do you know what? Stick Martial in Peckham with a knife, bruv. He still won't be a threat. You know, the guy is just not a threat.
I'm talking about Rashford as well. I'm talking about people was like, why is he playing him on the right? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not thinking, bruv, we're playing Cedric on the right, innit? If I guarantee you, if Tierney was playing today, Rashford would not been playing on the right.
Definitely.
He wouldn't have.
Definitely.
No way. He would have gone. He would have stayed to the left.
Okay, Thomas Partey, WSL. You got Thomas Partey. What are you giving him out of 10? No halves.
4. I think Partey. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Partey gave away the ball way too many times today.
Yeah.
Like he's meant to be. I'm not taking anything away from this guy. He's an insane midfielder, right? But when he plays bad, he plays bad. When he plays good, he plays good. He gave the ball away too many times. There was a chance when he made a really good run forward and he put the ball wide. I will say with this, he wasn't trying to shoot at first. He wanted to find the pass, but nobody opened up, so he just
lay it off
and shot.
You can tell because he wasn't even set for the shot.
Yeah, exactly. He was trying to pass to Lacazette, but Lacazette wasn't making the run. But Partey,
he didn't shoot any conviction, did he?
I think
he didn't believe in it.
I think Man United probably had the midfield under control simply because of Pogba, but I think Fred and McTominay, when he was on the pitch, they weren't good enough to control the midfield. So I think today, if we're being honest, the midfield battle was a bit weird. We all expected the game to be won in the midfield, and we didn't exactly have the best midfield performance. And I don't think Man United did either. But yeah, Partey, I can accept someone saying maybe a 5, but for me, it's just a 4. He's not good enough.
I agree. He wasn't good especially with Partey standards, especially based on his standards as well.
Okay, okay, understandable. So you give him a 4. It pains me to agree with you, but it's your rating, so I'm just gonna let you go.
Don't pain me.
Same here.
So you guys really give him a 4?
Yeah. It was that bad. It was that bad. Yeah.
Man, maybe he was off the pace. Okay, next his partner Shaka. What are you giving to him, Nitish?
I was about to give him a 7, but because if Partey is getting a 4, I would give him a 6. If Partey gets a 5, he gets a 7 for me. Then.
Okay, just looking at him alone, and don't look at his partner. Just look at him alone, single-handedly. What does he get?
Then I will give him a 6.
Okay.
As you guys said, the game was like, it could have been way better if our midfield was also coordinated, because United were not linking up between their midfield and attack, and we should have been dominating this game. But for some reason, without Saka, no one else seems to find that final ball.
Okay. Emil Smith-Rowe is my guy. I was going to go for him, but you know what? I'll deter it. Who wants to take Emil Smith-Rowe?
I'll go for him.
Okay, go ahead. What are you giving him?
You know, the bar is so high for Smith-Rowe. You know, he's been balling the past couple of games, and today he just wasn't at it. You know, he wasn't his usual self. You know, he did have that chance. He was linking up well, but no, it's not his usual self. He usually gets an 8 or 7. Today he gets a 5.
Okay.
Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes. I agree, but I'll say this: I think he was missing Saka. I think him and Saka together, like they're just an unbeatable pair, like Son and Kane. I think without Saka, he looks worse. But yeah, I agree with the 5.
But the problem
don't forget as well. Sorry, don't forget. All I was going to say is United, they're used to playing bigger games than Arsenal are. Our current crop of players don't really play big games, do they?
No,
Yeah,
You
and
know?
the problem is that if Saka isn't around, so will none of these players start performing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Seems that
true.
way.
Oh, Southampton!
they got a goal at the end.
Oh, it's offside. Oh, it's offside. It's offside. Danny Ings. They've been pushing for that goal, man.
Man's made a great save earlier.
Gabriel Martinelli. Am I crazy to say I thought while he was on the pitch he was one of the best performers defensively and attacking? I'm giving him a 6.
Yeah.
Defensively, yes, he was there, but offensively, didn't see too much
Hey,
from
give
him.
me like a fraud, please.
He did that ball splitting to Lacazette. If Lacazette would have had a tap in if he had better awareness.
Yeah, the way he put Wan-Bissaka on his ass as well was quite satisfying.
Yeah.
It's just a fitness thing for him, isn't it?
I think he gets a 6. Honestly.
I gave him a 6.
I think the 6 is fair.
Yeah, 6 is fair because he played half the game, and in that half he played really well. If he played the full 90 minutes the way he played, he would have got at least a 7.
I think he's off the pace, isn't he? You can tell
defensively as well, he was very, very good.
Yeah.
This boy is very good at reading the game.
He cookied Rashford.
For a forward player, I haven't seen that in a while from a player, honestly.
Yeah.
But you know what it was though. It's like Martinelli being a Ferrari, but he's only in second gear. For Ferrari though, because usually he plays at 100 miles an hour, doesn't he? So it was a bit off the pace today, and that's understandable because he's only just coming back.
Kesh is doing a watch along and a live stream about Arsenal.
You should give him double pay.
Oh man, we should turn this into an Aston Villa thing. So watch along. Next, final 2 guys. Pepe is gonna go to. Who wants Pepe?
Give it to Kesh. Give it to Kesh.
I know you want Lacazette. Don't worry, Cam. You're gonna get Lacazette.
No, all of this. I thought Pepe. That's 2 games in a row that he's looked bright today. He looked our brightest attacking player. So big up to him. I don't know what you give him, Kesh, but for his effort, I'll give him 7.
For me, he played very well. He played well. He had bright moments. It's just a pity that his finishing wasn't better. I feel he needs to adapt a bit more to his game when it comes to finishing because it's a bit kind of predictable sometimes. Like you need to be able to mix it up, go on your right foot and take a shot as well because
you know what it's Kesh. The ones he has to think about, he fucks up.
I don't even think it's that he's fucked up because going on his left foot, they weren't far. They're just marginally past the post.
Yeah.
The thing I just want to add is, if his decision making is better, I think his chances will become much more clearer and easier to finish off. The problem is everyone knows that he'll do only one thing, and that is why they block that one thing. If he would play an unexpected pass to Lacazette or someone else, then the space opens up because the defender has to think whether will he pass it or will he take a shot. But right now, because he's only taking those shots or keeping the ball with him, the defender also knows that this guy has only a limited range of things that he can do. So that becomes a problem for him. His decision making is a bigger problem than his finishing.
Okay. Now,
I think that his pace though. Look how quick he is. I didn't think he was that fast, you know.
Listen, if he just needs to mix his game up, like if he can use his right foot, I think there's a few times there he probably would have hit the target and Maguire would have expected it. He's just
he's not a young man no more though, you know. He's not young no more. What is he? 26, 27.
Yeah.
But other than
that though, he played well because what I've been wanting to see from Pepe, he's not. You don't always have to get on the ball. Make those runs in behind. People will find you. Trust people to find you. You don't always have to take a man on. And he done that today. So I'll give him a 7.
Yeah,
I'll say one quick thing about Pepe is. Can I just say one really quick thing as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the first game in about probably the last 10 matches where he's actually been smiling. Like he looked happy today. Like when he went down for the free kick, he was smiling. You know, he knew he'd done good. So I think he's looking good on Pepe because we can see that he's looked quite upset with the play time and that. So maybe he's been told by Arteta, you know, I'm going to give you a good string of games now to prove me wrong. So hopefully that's the case.
He was smiling. He was smiling because he tricked the United players into doing exactly what he wanted them to, foul him at that point of time. So I think that is why he was really smoking.
Imagine if Lacazette shot went in.
I mean, just lastly on Pepe, right? You know, another thing with Pepe though, because they're playing the ball in front of him and he's got something to run onto, he's a completely different player. You know, rather than him standing still to get the ball, have half a word with no movement, he's now running onto the ball, and that's his game.
How many times did we catch ourselves throughout the last couple weeks and seasons, last season, where we know when Pepe's in front and a man's there, all you need to do is play the ball, and our attackers would not play it. Now that we actually have people to play the ball, that also makes a difference.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
And one more thing, he doesn't have to defend as much as he had to do when we were playing in the old system. Now his defensive duties have become a bit less, so he has more freedom to attack and push forward.
Okay, everyone, just be quiet for a second. Let Cam say his piece. Cam.
Yes. This fraud, bro.
Why are you calling him a fraud?
He's a fraud, fam. Because he's gonna go on a great run of form and then leave us at the end of the blood clot season, bro. Nah, do you know what? Yeah, I'll give it to, like, to be honest with you, I'll give him a 6 today, man. 5, 6, because, bro, I'll give him a 5, to be honest.
Do you know what? I think that's right. You know, do you know why? Because a player who isn't tall enough to win a header against a central defender is only half a striker, in my opinion. Right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What position did you play in football,
bro? I was left wing. But the thing, but they used to call me son of Maradona when I was playing. But I was sick. But the thing is, right? Seriously, Lacazette, you know, is too short to be the main striker. You know, any ball up in the air, he can't win. That's why I don't score by any headers. So really, all of our hold-up play is he only does it at 50% because unless that ball is 5'10", he ain't getting it.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like with me, like his decision making today was, apart from that shot that hit the bar, obviously he was just unlucky. But his decision making sort of let him down today.
Well, he's not good enough for Arsenal at the end of the day. You know, he has his little patch. He's not good enough for Arsenal.
He's a fraud. That's what I'm saying. He's a fraud.
He
He frauded us, bro. He's gonna go on a decent run of form and then he's gonna leave us at the end of the season.
And 42 million for him? No way, man. What waste of money?
Listen, that opportunity there, Aguero is not shooting from that distance. He's gonna find someone. He's gonna make his move and try and get on the end of it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like his decision making. That's why I put him to a 5, fam.
It's not just him, though. It's not just him. There's a lot of other players in this team that are just like him. They're just not of that quality that we need to push on to be where we need to be. But it is what it is. Come the summer, hopefully we see a different change of direction, and we can push on. That's all we can hope for.
Okay, yo, people in the chat, throw in your questions. And you know what? One guy said, Sonny, what about Aguero? Is he half a striker?
The thing is, Man City, because they're so good, they play the ball on the floor. How many times you see Man U just kick it? Or if Edison's going to kick the ball out, it's going to have a measured pass. It's going to come straight to his foot. Leno sometimes boots out the field, doesn't he? So Arsenal haven't got that play for the midfield as good as Man City. So I don't think you could compare the two.
Okay, Cam, do you think the standards have dropped at Arsenal?
Sharik, obviously a United fan, yeah. If the standards have dropped at Arsenal, that means the standards have dropped at United because you ain't done nothing since Fergie's left.
Okay.
But let's talk about Arsenal. The standards have dropped at Arsenal. Let me ask you guys a question. Can I ask you guys a question? Everyone in the chat as well. Have we got any realistic chance of finishing in the top 4?
There is, but
I don't think.
I said it. If anyone thinks that we're going to finish in the top 4,
did you guys think?
Delusional can be.
Did you guys think after the Everton game that we would be now tied on points with Chelsea, and 3 points behind Tottenham?
No,
not realistically, but
not exactly. But Egal, I didn't expect the league to still be this close.
I think people are reading too much on the table. I don't think this season's so much about the table. I think you have to take it game by game. At the end of the day, we're gonna have a hard run coming up now, bro. And we're gonna have to grind those results out. We're gonna have to grind those results out.
We still got 17 points out of 21, possible 21.
I get that. But listen, we got what? Liverpool, was it? Wolves. Then we got City in that run as well. Have we not got Tottenham as well coming up that run?
Guys,
Yeah, but
Right.
Harry Kane injured, no?
I know, but we can't listen. This is Arsenal. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not getting that. That's why I'm happy about that. That we just drew today. Like I feel like
game at a time.
that's the lineup. I was like,
One
well,
game
I'll
at
be
a
happy
time.
with the draw.
Take balls on. We do what we have to do. Get the 3 points. Then we go to the next game. Like, let's not judge this and say, can we get top four? Because it doesn't work like that. We're not off that. We're not that team that.
Hey, Kesh, can I ask you a question as well? Are you more confident about the Wolves game now?
Huh?
Are you more confident about the Wolves game?
I've been confident about all the games since we started going on this run, though. So it's not that I know what Arsenal is, but I'm confident going into every game now because what I'm seeing now is the players. We're seeing a sense of belief. We're seeing that we're playing now. We're seeing that we're creating chances. With all those put together, it gives you a chance to win games. Rather than when we couldn't win games, we never had these things. Repertoire to win games.
But let me read this comment. 1 second. 1 second. Maybe top
He's not
6,
here to get
but
the smoke,
top 4
man.
is very hard, right? And also, guys, don't forget to smash that like button while you're here. I would really appreciate that. And there's one more thing. We always do the Balogun conversation. We always do all these things. But WSL. WSL. Hello?
Yeah, man.
What would it take for Arteta to do to turn your head and be like, you know what, maybe he's the right guy? I think I've asked you this.
He said that last stream.
Minimum top 4, at least. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing. Like, I see a lot of people. Look, I respect Arteta in, right? I respect it. I want Arteta to prove me wrong, but right now, yes, we're on a good form, but like Hesh said, take it game by game. We've got a lot of good teams coming up next. We've got Wolves, Leicester, and Leeds. 3 very difficult teams to beat, especially Leicester. They're on a great run as well. So I think we need to look at those 3 games and say we need 9 points. End of. Like if we want to even get top 6, we're going to need at least 7 points.
At least 7 points.
Egal, I have. Sorry, go ahead.
Let him finish.
At the end of last season, Arteta said 8th and an FA Cup isn't good enough. So from what he said himself, I'm taking it as, okay, so you want at least top 4, right? He's binned off the FA Cup to focus on the Europa League or the Premier League. And if I look at it now, I'm still unhappy with it, but I can accept it. This season is a different season in terms of the amount of games that are being played in such short time. Look at how many injuries you've already had. Tierney's been out countless times. Saka's now out. Martinelli, this and that. So if he's getting rid of the FA Cup to lower injury levels and so we can focus on the Europa League and Premier League, that's fine. So in case of that, we need to win the Europa League or at least, make a run in it and get top 4. So, yeah, either of those two for me, win the top, get top 4 or win the Europa League. But
listen, over these next 5 games will tell us where we are. I'm not looking at. I don't believe the squad's good enough, but at least, but what you know is you can win games, and if you win those 5 games, then we've got a very good chance because then you're winning against the people that's already ahead of you. It's the teams that are ahead of you. Don't focus on the Liverpool or the Man City because they're way ahead of us. Look at the Evertons that we need to go and beat, the Leicesters that we need to go and beat. Once you're taking points off those teams, then you've got a chance for top 4.
I mean, Kesh, we got to win every game we play because at the end of the day, right? Other teams have gone out and beaten Liverpool. Burnley did, other teams have beaten Man City.
No, I get that.
We need to win every game because we're not in a position to be dropping points.
I get that logic, but we're not going to win every game because if you look at every other squad around us, there's a few teams that are way ahead of us. Leicester's team is a well-balanced team. Like, you've got good players in every single position.
Listen, Arsenal needs to treat every game like a cup final as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, guys,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I got ripped earlier. I want to ask you guys a genuine question. Having one of the better defenses in the league, is that not something to bring up as a point to say that we could possibly progress?
No, it's not.
No, if we're not scoring, bro.
Amongst ourselves, yes, but not in competition to do with the top 4. No, I don't believe that because
KJ comes out with some really stupid answers, right? And you're not quick enough to catch him out. The other day he turned around and said Aston Villa are a big team because the Prince of Wales follows them. Well, has that make it any more credible that the Prince of bloody Harry or whatever his name is William supports supports Villa? Does that make him a bigger team? No, it doesn't. Fucking Harry supports Arsenal. Does that make Arsenal bigger then? You know, Gaddafi supported Arsenal. Saddam Hussein supported Arsenal. Fucking Bin Laden supported
Yeah, he
Arsenal.
actually did. He
You know
actually did
what?
as well.
We're fucking called Arsenal for a reason because after fucking terrorists fucking supported Arsenal. Right?
Sonny, Mia Khalifa supports West Ham, so they'll slowly grow bigger. They'll slowly grow bigger.
But that's because they take that. Yeah, but I was going to say that, but I won't.
No, the reason why she supports West Ham is because of the owner. It was a porn.
Forget that.
I swear down there was that rumor. I swear down Bin Laden apparently had a season ticket at Arsenal.
Yeah, he went to a match.
Listen, you show me a team, right, who conceded 38 goals, right, and KJ saying, well, you can concede 38 goals and still be relegated. Where's the logic? Where is this logic? There's no anything he says. There's no logic to.
No, allow KJ, bro. He's not here to defend himself. So let's not.
No, you can't. You can't defend the indefensible. You need to be jumping on him quicker.
The thing is, KJ knows what you're doing. You have to understand what KJ's doing.
Yeah, but Egal is not jumping on it quick enough.
Doesn't react quick enough to it, or he's not expecting it.
You know what it is? You know what it is? When that through ball's being played through from Odegaard, right? Your Lacazette still looking the other way. That's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of the points they make are irrelevant.
Obviously, it's Arsenal, isn't it? It's the same as when we signed Odegaard. Like they or Partey, they say, "Oh, Partey's not good enough because he's at Arsenal." But if it was someone else, they wouldn't say that. So that's why I just focus on myself and my world. Arsenal is my world. I don't care what anyone else is saying outside of it, and that's the way you have to do it. Because even when the banter is going on and I'm on the stream, I just listen. I just take it because the more you play into their hands by reacting to it, that's how they win. But when you're not playing into their hands, you don't give a shit. They realize it's not working. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't win at all. But at the end of the day, whether we play pragmatic football or open football, right? As long as we're winning, that's what matters. Right? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. There's no shame. There's no shame in being pragmatic. There's no shame in being open as long as you win.
That's all that matters. Listen, when the fact that they say we play pragmatic against the big four, that's the perfect time to do it because they're better teams than us.
Well,
when it comes to the other teams, you open up.
Also, I just want to add on. Also, want to add on that one thing about me and Kesh read this article, yeah, and it shows how badly this club is run. I'm just gonna say I'll send it to you later, Egal, but this article dropped a lot of bombs on the reality of his club and how it's run and the ownership not giving a shit. You know, but all in all, with Mikel Arteta, hopefully the situation with this club improves. You know, this is what we want. We want what's best for Arsenal Football Club. We don't back the manager, we back the club. And the club are clearly backing the manager, so we're going to back him.
Yeah, but the thing is, Samuel, like for Arsenal to be keeping all these clean sheets and not conceding many goals, it's testament to what Arteta's doing because these players are dead, right? These players are dead. But, you know, the defence is dead. You know, don't tell me that David Luiz, Holding are proper defenders. They're not. You know, Luiz may have been back in his day.
Okay, what does it drop the bomb on? What does it specifically bring up?
Bro, basically, Ivan Gazidis wanted Arteta. So Nelly came in, and when they broke it down, Mislintat wanted that Raganic or whatever his name was. They had three targets, yeah? When they flew out for the pre-season tour, they had lunch with the Cronkies and that. They presented who they wanted. It was at a stalemate. Then it went into a thing where the Cronkies sided with Sonelli. Gazidis felt betrayed because he's been there the longest. Like, this guy just come out of nowhere and you're taking his word for whatever or taking his side. And that's when AC Milan came in and he said, you know what, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, do what you're doing. Sonelli then was he had the idea that what they're going to do is Mislintat's going to identify the players and he'll get his little black books out, speak to agents or whatever, and he'll make the deals happen. Then further along down, a couple months later, I think it was like Mislintat was basically doing his little work trying to force Mislintat out, and he then said, "Oh, we're not going to do anything with scouting anymore. We're going to do it my way. We're going to just sign players that I can get that agents put towards me." And Mislintat said, "That's not going to work for me." And what was happening is most of the staffs in London Colony was basically against Mislintat. They basically thought he was a joke, didn't respect him. He lost his respect because of the way Sonelli was treating him. he then decided that he's going to go as well. But in terms of how Emery was signed, they interviewed Arteta. There was 8 people. Can't remember. They never stated who the other 7 managers were.
Emery wasn't in the 8.
Emery was not in the 8. Like, not in it. Emery was literally saying he's going back to Spain because he didn't like that his spell in Russia didn't work out. Spell in PSG didn't work out. And he thought, you know what, let's just go back to Spain and start again. So Nelly found out that he's available. He then got a plane straight away to Luton Airport. They spoke and everything. Gazidis was saying that he doesn't feel that he suits the idea of what Arsenal's trying to do right now. They spoke to Arteta, and Man City was in agreement that they will let Arteta join with the option that they will take him back in a few years. So Man City had the idea that they want Arteta to be a manager for them. That didn't happen. Also, Arteta rejected the job. As I've been saying all pre-season, I said, I'm guarantee you Arteta rejected us because he wasn't happy with the budget and he wanted promises. Arteta also said...
He definitely rejected us last year. He rejected us the year before, yeah.
So Arteta also said, I will not be dictated by the players you give me and the players that are already at the club. I want my own players to imprint my ideas on this club. You know, with Royal Sonelli, he wants to get his own players in. He saw it. The reason why he first started missing that because he saw a way of doing whatever he's doing behind the scenes. He wanted all the power, and that's why he done it. Also, with the Ramsey thing, basically, Raul Emery wanted the players that he wanted. He didn't get them. So he tried to force. He didn't feel that Ozil and Ramsey suited his systems. It didn't work properly. The pressing didn't work with them either.
After
he
2
wanted
games.
a goalkeeper. After 2 games, by the way, he wanted a goalkeeper, a central midfielder. Remember, he was being linked with Benega.
Yeah.
He wanted Benega. That was his first choice out of him and Torreira. They got him Torreira, but then Torreira wanted to leave because his girlfriend didn't feel settled in London. Then what happened now? They had the contract on the table, and then basically Raul was saying, nah, Ramsey's always injured and everything. Like, there's no point. So they kept messing him about. That's when Ramsey he just lost interest and didn't want to stay anymore. Ramsey's basically had the contract from Juventus and said, no, I don't want it. And that was what happened. Then they moved on from that now. They offered him a new contract after losing in Baku. That's what got me. Why would you offer a man a new contract after he just got smashed?
He was injured.
There was no reason. Also, Ainsley Maitland-Niles had to get counselling because he lost his confidence. He felt like he was getting bullied and things like that as well. So, and then, what happened again? Something else happened.
Sorry, they offered him the contract because they saw what was happening to us without a creative midfielder in those last 6 or 7 games and then Baku.
And then they told him to force Ozil out. So that's where that started from. He was told to throw him out of the team and everything. The thing with the youth players, it was the youth players that actually started the Emery thing, the good evening thing. I didn't agree with that because, like, I don't care. You're a youth player in this team. You respect your elders. You respect authority. You don't start doing that. So I don't want to be seeing that from Saka and the likes of Willis. Like, you're no one in that team at that point. Then it got to the point where the Kroenke said, you know what? Like, Emery's not the guy. Like, it's not working. They was meant to get Munchi in, the one that went to Seville.
And we want to get Zidane.
And we wanted to get Zidane. That's who they wanted.
Yeah.
So, like this, and what the thing clearly shows is the owner, all he cares about is Champions League. That's what it points out to me. All he cares about is Champions League.
He cares about his bottom line, doesn't he, at the end of the day, Kroenke? But the thing is, you know, we didn't get Champions League because Ramsey got injured. So Champions League went out the window for us, right? And you know, what I want to pick you up on, Egal, never say Arsenal are a well-run business again, because we're not, right? We're the worst run business ever, right? Ever.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it is true. I'll tell you why it's true. Because when you've got a self-sustaining model, right, what you're supposed to spend is what you make, right? When you give away £200 million worth of footballers, right, and your club is then running at a loss as well, that's not a good business model for anybody.
No, it's not.
But a couple of things I just want to add there. One thing is there, I think, based on the story that Kesh has just told us, I think the ideas are there, but the implementation is shit. And the second thing is that Kroenke has also won Champions League football. And they also know by now that it's not going to happen with the self-sustaining model. And possibly they are trying to get things done now. Because finally they have realized...
No chance. Seeing is believing.
Yo, where can people read this? Where can people read this?
I have it. I'll just send it to you.
Listen, Barcelona are in debt, right? Barcelona, they're in debt, yeah. Man United are in debt, whatever.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Right? But the thing is, they're not fucked because all they're going to do is renegotiate their terms with their debt again. Because, you know, if you're owed money, right, instead of writing that money off, all you say is, well, you pay me next year, you pay me a year after, or you give me, or I'll drop the interest rate, or whatever.
Barca has a debt of 1 billion.
Yo, Cam, you okay?
I get what you're saying, Sonny, but I think in this situation,
I'm just in
this situation,
Yeah.
in this situation, the Barcelona one is different because the Liga doesn't run like that. Like they're actually fucked at this.
No, they're not. Barcelona won't ever. No, they're not. Barcelona won't ever go bust ever, right?
No
one's saying they're gonna go bust. But what you have with the Liga is when you're in financial trouble, they accept the offers for your players without you having a say in it. So what you have is clubs who can come in for Barcelona's players, and Barcelona have no say in what they do.
I don't think they do.
Because that's the same thing. That's the same thing happened with Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres' release clause was more than the 20-something mil that Man City paid, but the La Liga was taking control of Valencia's assets. That's why Emery signed the likes of Denega and whatever at Villarreal. You got them for cheap. I think you got Coquelin for like 4 mil. Coquelin's release clause was like 20-something mil. The league takes over and accept the offers.
Valencia was also about to go bankrupt and out of business. They were about to shut down.
They won't. The reason being, right, if Barcelona folded, which they can't ever, right, La Liga would fold.
Why would La Liga fold?
Barcelona are not a team, they're an institution.
Why would La Liga fold?
Because without Barcelona, there's no La Liga.
They got Madrid there.
It'd be like Scotland.
You can't say that because Barcelona was irrelevant before like 2010. They went so long without having any success at all.
Don't matter. It's just basic economics. If you're in debt, what you do is you refinance.
They're gonna sell the assets. No, they will sell the assets.
Guys, can I say my point? I meant to say, looking at what the situation's going on financially at certain clubs that are in extreme debt. Yes, we have taken a loan from the government. We're taking advantage of a situation with the £120 million loan that we took. But realistically, we don't even need that money. The only reason why we took it out is so we can get rid of Socrates and thing without having to use our own cash.
Of course we need that money. Of course we need that money, man.
Listen, you know the terms of the deal. The terms is we have to pay it back in the summer.
Yeah. No. And that money is just for cash flow, yeah. And all these people are saying that, on these other streams, that Arsenal say 500 million off the wage bill, 600 million off the wage bill, right? They haven't, because what they've done, they've paid these players up to nearly all of their contracts, or half their contracts, or 3/4 of their contracts. None of these players just walked away. So basically, Arsenal has not saved jack shit yet. Because at the end of the day, they're taking this loan out to terminate the contracts that they would have paid over the next couple of years or the next year, and they've had to pay it all out at once.
Let me tell you how the contracts work, Sonny. You know how the contracts work. You're not a dumb guy. I get that they didn't save any money, but what they have done is they have the empty space in the room in the salary that they can fill. Now that they can put players into those salaries without having to shed any more players. We can we can buy the same amount. We can buy 3 or 4 players, right? Put them on similar wages or even less, and we still have room in the squad based on the.
No, they can't. They can't. They ain't got room in the squad because their homegrown quota and their international quota is lopsided, right? At the moment, so they've got too many international players for their homegrown players. That's why they had to leave two players out. So they can't go out and buy whoever they want at the moment. So they lose another one. So it doesn't matter how much space you've got it doesn't matter how much space you've got on the sofa, you still can't sit in it because that space has got reserved on it. No, so unless you get rid of one, you can't bring in another.
You're thinking of it in the wrong way. Like,
and also, the financial fair play is not even in effect yet. So it doesn't matter how much. All they're doing now is restructuring their wage bill.
No, but it will be back in the summer.
Guys, smash the
What-
like button. We're over
No.
135 people. We got
No, what-
65 likes. Come
what
on,
they're doing
people.
now?
At
What
least
they're
get
doing
it to
now?
100.
They're restructuring their salary level to something more sensible, rather than putting players on willy-nilly. So what they've done then to slap themselves in the face because they're so stupid, they went and gave Aubameyang 375 grand a week, and then went and gave William 220 grand a week. So they try and follow a model, and then they go totally opposite, and that's where they fall down.
Okay.
I don't think it's that
WSL,
deep. I don't think it's
let's
that
get
deep.
some other people involved in this conversation. WSL, Cam, do you guys think Arsenal is a well-run company, or because what I was saying was they're a bad-run football club, but they're a well-run company.
I'm not
wrong. They're running a lot
We've
of
not been well run since Peter Hill.
Whatever time it was, it might have been before the 2000, but there was a period where Barcelona was not winning the league.
Let's talk about Arsenal now. Egal saying Arsenal are a well-run business. Arsenal are not a well-run business at all.
It's not a well-run
They've
business.
not been well run since Peter Hillwood and them, man. That's the truth.
Even forget about the money.
My
even
point
forget the money.
about this whole thing. Yeah, go ahead, Sonny. Sorry.
No, all I was going to say is like lastly, but even if it's not, let's even forget about money as well. And the players leaving on the free. When you got management, right? You appointed management, and they can't even manage themselves. It just goes to show how badly run the club is.
It is a bad run. It is a bad run club.
See, if you're seeing from a fan's point of view, obviously you may not like the way how things are at the club. But from a business point of view, the Kronkes are making big money, so they don't like. There are two sides to it.
The club's running at a loss, man. How are they making big money?
They
are making big money, but they're still.
No, they're not, man. They're not. They're not. Listen, forget COVID, right? Before COVID, they had a loss of £30 million. That was
the club at a loss. They're still making profits. The club.
How are they making profit? A loss is a loss, bruv. A loss is a loss.
Their name. It's not their money.
If the Kronkes start making a loss on Arsenal, they'll sell it. They would have sold it a long time ago.
Listen, it's published accounts. They made a loss.
If you have a commission job, okay, if you have a commission job, right, and you can make up to 80K. But if that year you only make 60K, are you at a 20K loss or are you at a 60K gain? Which one is it?
You're basically that's if you're running a profit and you use the profits at 100 million and then you get profits of 50 million, you make 50 million. But Arsenal are running at a loss. They're not running at a profit. They're running at a loss.
No, it's they haven't earned their maximum income.
No, it's not, man. They're running at a loss, man.
They're not Egal.
It's a
Just face it, Egal. Listen, we're not well run. If we're a well-run club, we would run another league title. We'll be in the top 4 right now.
No, we're not a well-run club. Of course.
Listen, they're running at a loss. They're running at a loss. Listen, they're running at a loss, and that's why when they buy a player, that's why it's more important to get favourable terms, and then even if you have to overpay on the player, just make the terms longer that you pay that player for.
Okay, guys, let's stop. Let's change the topic. How many points are we going to get from Wolves, Villa?
Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. That's irrelevant. That is so pointless. Why do we go into this thing where we start looking at blocks of games? We're not that team, so stop looking at blocks of games of 5s and all this. It does not matter. You take one game at a time, and you win that game, and you move to the next. It's irrelevant.
Arsenal not the same team they was at the first half of the season. There's a totally different team this half of the season. But at the end of the season, if we don't get top 4, ultimately it's an Arteta failure. As much as I'm Arteta.
Can I just make one quick point about
WSL? Go ahead.
Just one quick point about what you were talking about earlier. I think that conversation alone just proves the downfall of football. Let's be honest, football 70, 60 years ago it was nothing to do with money. It was about playing football and enjoying it, going to the games and enjoying the sport of football. Now it's all money driven. Like most of you kind of just proved it by it's all run by the money. And I mean, I'm not saying it shouldn't be because it's what brings it to the level that it is, but fans are so driven on the business side of the club. We don't know anything that goes on. Like, we don't know anything that happens behind the scenes of any club. You know what I mean? The only clubs that know anything.
We do. Listen,
we don't know everything, right? We don't know. At the end of the day, my point was this: is that football has fallen into a state where it's all money driven. ruins it because it's a sport.
That's just the era that we live in.
I'll just give you
It's
one.
sport's meant to be played and enjoyed by watching it.
No, I'll
Right now-
just give you one simple
Let him
example
finish.
to
Let
counter
him
that.
finish,
Sorry.
man. Let him finish. Go ahead.
And right now, we've just watched our, let's be honest, B team, as some people are calling it. A lot of players who aren't starters play for us. We've just watched them draw against Man United at the Emirates. And the first thing a lot of fans are doing, not just us, Man United fans, all that, they're talking about their owners and ambitions. It's like let's just enjoy what we watch today.
No, but you can't. You can't.
I think it all plays in hand.
When you lose players like Cesc Fabregas, and he turns around and says to you, Xabi Alonso was ringing him up every day begging to come to Arsenal, and Arsenal didn't entertain signing him, and basically that was that they embarrassed Cesc Fabregas to the point that he had to leave, right? And then Robin van Persie goes and leaves, and then all these other players go and leave, not just because of Bosman, they want to get payout. It's because Arsenal as a football club weren't going anywhere, right? Go on, Nish.
The best example, what did the Coutinho sale do to Barca and what it did to Liverpool? Just imagine that. Liverpool were not in any kind of title contention till they got rid of Coutinho for 140 odd million. That changed their entire defensive history in a way. One player, sale of one player. And look where Barca is right now. They got $1 billion of debt. And look at what is Liverpool doing. They're winning titles, even though it may not last for too long.
Forget even what Liverpool doing. Look at what Arsenal doing. They've lost £200 million worth of footballers walking out on a free, right? Look at what Arsenal doing.
It hampers us, without a doubt.
But we didn't even let that happen. You know what? In a certain sense, you can clearly tell Arsene Wenger was not running the club the last 5 years that he was here. Based on
the final 2 years.
He protected them.
Yeah, he did. He never let them take the blame. He never called them out. He never said anything negative about the owners and the management. And at the end, everything, he was pushed out because of the same reason. If he had said one wrong thing against them, I don't think they would have done anything to Wenger.
Listen. Arsene Wenger at the end of the day was more interested looking after his own pocket, his own £8 million, £9 million a year, than he was in for the fans or the football club. So let's not get it twisted. Arsene Wenger had 22 years earning £9 million. Arsene Wenger is very happy.
Arsenal are a selling club. Arsenal is selling club.
No, we're not.
No, not anymore.
Used to be, but now no.
Everyone is a selling club. Is price is right. If someone came in tomorrow and gave 150 million pounds, listen. If someone came in tomorrow and gave 150 million pounds for Saka,
that's not what he means, though. That's not what he means.
We are a selling club. We're a selling club.
No, we're not. We know what he means by that. Yes, any club will sell if you're offering some stupid amount for a player, but he's asking, do Arsenal just send their players just for the sake of selling them? We don't.
You know what? Arsenal don't need to be a selling club. Arsenal don't need to be a selling club. What they are, they're giving away for free club. They don't need to sell anybody. Because they give everyone away for free. So why sell them? We're not selling club because we're not doing anything decent to sell.
Let me say what did.
Yo, let Cam go. Cam go.
What I hate about our fan base, bruv. Literally last month we were saying we need to get rid of our deadwood. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter what way. We're getting rid of the deadwood and we're still fucking complaining, blood. Like,
bro, if you had a car, bruv, Cam, if your car broke down, bruv, if your car broke down, let me just say one thing, bruv.
I've heard everything. I've been saying Kroenke is not good for us. Kroenke is the fucking main problem for us.
But one point, right? Even if your car breaks down and it's scrap, yeah, you still sell it for scrap value and you still get money for it. Arsenal fucking give it away and they fucking value the cunt as well.
I just want to add one thing to
that. Our main concern was to get rid of the deadwood.
To restart, because that's the only way we can restart.
I don't give a fuck. I was one of them fans. I said, I don't care, bro. I'll give all of them away for fucking free. I'll pay if I have to.
It's already gone bad, so you just have to
And Sonny, if you must have heard the recent comments by Arteta, there were some moles within the squad who were trying to get things out of hand, like by leaking information about the Ceballos and Luis fight and other things that was going around in the media. So Arteta had said this clearly, I want to get rid of these guys who are there in my squad who are not playing for me because Socrates was already frozen out, Ozil was frozen out, and they are only causing problems within the squad. So letting go at the end. Yeah.
I had moles in my group chat, bruv, where there's no money involved. Right? If these players are multi-millionaire footballers who've only got a short career and they're not given a chance to play, of course they're going to be a mole. They've got no they're loyalties to themselves.
And at the end of the day, all these guys were going to go off at for a free transfer at the end of the summer. That is when the summer window would be open. They would have all gone for free, taking all the money that they were being paid anyways. So what they have done is, when they have negotiated a deal and an amount, a certain amount, they have probably saved some money and given them the rest of it.
Yeah.
Now, whether
And what's going to happen? What's going to happen if Kroenke don't back them because our self-sustaining model is running at a loss, right?
You know what I need to say as well.
Right. Who are you actually attracting in the summer?
Hold on. Because I remember in pre-season I was talking about this, and a lot of fans agree that with this self-sustaining model, I don't agree with it, because a self-sustaining model still needs the backing of an owner. I see fans were saying no, it works. Look at Liverpool. Not forgetting that Liverpool only got that amount of money from the Coutinho deal. Now look, when they need to spend, the owner did not back him. We can't deal with a self-sustaining model. We need an owner who's going to actually come and have a keen interest in having this club move forward and win titles. Otherwise, it will never work. Self-sustaining don't work. Leicester's got a good squad. Leicester's got a good squad. Arsenal could build a good squad. I'm telling you, they will not win the title. Leicester's just fronting right now. They're fronting, and it would be great if they go on and win it again. But I can't see them going past the City and winning a title. It won't work like that.
Listen, in business, if even if you've got a self-sustaining model, right? Even if he's doing well, right? Even if he's doing well and he's making money, if he's not enough to match what your rivals are doing, but what money they're putting in or how they're spending their money, right? Because it's not always about how much you spend; it's about who you buy. Or, like Leicester showed. Then obviously the owner needs to come in, right? The players that's going to take it to the next level, the owner needs to put some money out of his pocket, and especially now when he's running bad, he's not doing that. We're fucked.
Okay, let me stop you guys here. Okay, let me stop you guys here. Two things. First, my guy Ori's in the chat. Big up to Ori, doing your thing. And then next guy, Cam. Cam said something important. He said, "How long will it take for Arsenal to win a league?" I genuinely feel like the way we're run, it will take forever. It will take a lot of luck. But if we go all in on the youth thing and we don't sign guys like Willian or David Luiz, and we just sign up and coming players with the opportunity to grow into being stars or on the cusp of being stars, then we'll have more chances to hit and we'll have less misses. Stop going for.
No, we won't. We're going to get a load of bang average players like Nketiah and Willock.
No,
he's not saying that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying instead of signing David Luiz's and Williams, you sign more Sionchus and you sign more like Martinelli's. Those kind of.
Man, we need a mixture of players. We need a mixture of players.
You do need a mixture. You do need a mixture.
Egal.
At the same time, you don't want to fill your squad with a bunch of senior players who are near the back end of their career.
But the thing is, what you do need, you need a 26-year-old, 27-year-old, 28-year-old to help balance it. You know, there's no William there who don't give a shit about Arsenal.
Get back to the main point. How long will it take? Everyone say, how long do you think it will take for each person for us to win the league? I think if we do it properly, we could do it in a 3-year window.
No,
never.
Mm-mm.
We'll never win the league again.
How long do you guys think? Cam?
Okay.
10 years.
I think based on getting talented young players like, say, I don't know, I'm just going to throw names out there. Vinicius, who's got an eye ceiling. Players like that who are just in their 20s, 21s, you give them a maximum of 4 to 5 years to when they're senior players. They're like 26, 27 now. So they're getting to their peak age now. That's when you got a good embodiment of a full squad of players like that. And then you say, you know that they're off the age now to carry that expectation. They've had 100+ games for Arsenal, and that's how you feel you do that. That's how you get close to challenging for the title. But we can challenge doesn't mean you're going to win it.
How many years?
I said 5 to 6 years.
Listen, when you got a homegrown player like Ainsley Maitland-Niles who's come through the youth system,
Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he's not good enough.
Yeah, 20 years old. Is he any less good than Cedric Suarez? Is Cedric Suarez that much? Cedric Suarez that much better than him?
We're not saying that though. He's not that better, but he's not going to be better than Cedric Suarez. Maitland-Niles ain't got a position. He's not off the standards to be playing at this club. He's not got eye ceiling enough to be having patience with him at this club. You look at the likes of the Vinicius and that. These are guys that's got eye ceiling. You see their talents.
And the problem that the fans have that neither is he being played nor being sold. That is the main problem that the fans have. Why was he not sold?
Sonny, I'm saying instead of signing players like David Luiz and Willian who have nothing to prove and have already won everything, get some players who have more to prove, more chips on their shoulders, players who have the hunger and the desire to improve as a player and improve as a human being.
Personally, for me, I don't want to go down the old youth project unless we can't get Kroenke out. But all I'm saying is I'd rather have someone that comes into this club and have ambition and want to spend, because you see the other clubs doing it. So why should we not be matching them?
I'll guarantee you. They'll just say that. I'll guarantee you. There's better defenders out there than David Luiz, right? Throughout the world, right? Who's 27, 28. They're not expensive.
They are expensive.
No, they're not.
If you want, listen, that's what I'm saying, because you're just looking for someone who's just better than David Luiz. I'm not looking at someone that's better than David Luiz. I'm looking at players who can go on and be world class. You go and spend the money on a Konate or guys like that. He's got an eye ceiling.
This is why it's going to take so long, because we have to take.
Listen. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's going to take us 2 hours, even 2 years to discuss how Arsenal should be run, what to do. At the end of the day, the board is a real problem. Do we have faith in the sport to get things done? Nope. Do we have faith in the ownership to invest? Nope. So if we're looking at the reality of it, it's going to take, if Egal's saying 3 years,
it's a very long time.
Yeah, we need less than luck to win the title in 3 years.
So what's happening, Samuel? What's happening in 3 years? What's this make it post? What's happening in 3 years, bro?
Sorry, Sonny, 1 second. WSL, how long do you think it will take?
I actually can't answer the question. Not that I don't have an answer. I just don't think the club has an answer. If you go to Kroenke and the club next week, when are we going to win the league? What are they going to answer? What are they going to say that's actually believable? I don't.
They've got to tell you what processes they put in place. They've got to tell you what.
They'll tell you once in your lifetime. Once in your lifetime, we'll win it.
Bro, we won't. They've got to tell you what processes they need to put in place to win the league, right? Unless you're going to get a crop like you did at United class of 92, whatever it was, right? With Beckham and Giggs and that lot, which is very rare, right? Then what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to buy middle tier players, and they're going to have to buy middle tier players and make them better and sell them, and that's why it's going to take so long, because we're never going to put that cash injection in ever.
Yeah, and
he's an idiot. He's an idiot. That's what he is.
No, with respect to the Kroenke, just what I want to say. He's just pointing the 10, the perfect 10.
but it's no point just saying a number, Egal. You've got to explain how you're going to get to that number and what you need to do.
The thing is, what I feel is the Kroenkes are never going to invest in winning the league. As Kesh also pointed out, they will only invest in pushing us to top 4 because they want Champions League. Now, what a manager has to do, whether it is Arteta, which I don't believe it will be Arteta, whoever the manager is at that point has to push some youth players in as well and try to take the best out of what he's getting. So he has to be smart enough to push us from a top 4 to a title win. The Kroenkes will not directly invest in a title ambition. They have no title ambitions. They have only top four ambitions.
And they have Super Bowl ambitions. Super Bowl. That's what we have. Super Bowl ambitions.
So it will be up to the manager to be smart enough at that point of time to see some of the youth players who can be put into the team along with what he's getting in. So I honestly believe, but looking at the system that I've seen so far, I think at least it's going to take a decade or 2. I honestly feel so.
Can I just bring just moving on, because I think at the end of the day, everyone's just saying the same thing. Every single YouTube channel is saying the same thing about the Kroenkes. Nothing's going to change unless we do something about it. But there was a question that someone asked earlier. He basically said, "Who is the ideal manager for Arsenal if you could pick any?" And I think that's a good question, because I think a lot of people will say Arteta, and I think a lot of people will say something different. So I just want to see what you guys are saying.
No, there's no ideal manager, bro. At the end of the day, you can't make a penguin fly, can you?
Yeah.
You know, if you've got fucking penguins, it ain't gonna fly, bruv.
What I think he means by the question is the way that we are right now. I think if we could bring anybody in, who bringing in? I mean, I'll give you an example. I watch a lot of German football because I think German football is more interesting in certain areas. The Gladbach manager, the guy, he got them to top four when they did. Yeah, Rosa, they did not deserve to get top four. Right, they're not a top four team, and he got them top four. They're playing against Man City. They were able to get past a pretty difficult group. They got past Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Shakhtar. That's a difficult group to
I
get
don't
past.
know.
They did it.
Last season,
last season it was down to three players. It was Thuram, Player, and Ebola. They performed at such
I'm just
high
saying
level.
in terms of top four though, the German league isn't strong as the Premier League. Like you got Bayern Munich, you got Leipzig,
of course it isn't. But the point is that he has a team that does not deserve to get top four. Like,
so who else should have got top four ahead of them then that season?
You've obviously got Leverkusen, Leipzig, Bayern, Dortmund. That's four
No, I'm
teams right
saying
there. There was
Bayern, Dortmund, and Leipzig are guaranteed. But I'm saying in terms of that team, who else had a better team than them, or a better front line, whatever. Like they had a good defense last season. They had a good defense, two very good defenders. They had Thuram, who's coming. I've watched him since he was in the French league. He was a quality player. Who else did they got? They got that other guy up top.
Ebola and Player.
Forget though. If Arsenal sacked all their scouts, right? If Arsenal sacked all their scouts, where are they going to actually find these players from? Because Edu don't know every single player in the world, does he?
Yeah, I agree.
Arsenal sacked every one of their scouts. They've got no scouts at all. So you told me where, unless they're Brazilian or they speak Spanish or Portuguese, right? Or Portuguese speaks Spanish anyway. But Portuguese speak Portuguese. The Portuguese speaks Portuguese, isn't they? Yeah. It's Brazilians who speak Portuguese. Yeah. Listen, Edu does not know every player. Edu does not know every player in football. And now they're setting scouts with fuck.
Sunny, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. 1 second, stop. We can have a conversation right after the stream, no problem. Cam, before you go to sleep, what do you gotta say?
I'm not going to sleep, man. I'm just listening, innit? Obviously, everyone's bare loud today. I'm the quiet one today, innit? So I'm just sitting back because I've been saying this shit for years, bruv. I'm just hearing.
Any closing remarks on the game?
Bruv, we didn't lose, innit? Let's push on, beat Wolves, and yeah, keep going on from there. Obviously, come check me on my new channel, Cam ODS. Start tomorrow, Baby Daddies, come on. And yeah, 9 p.m. over on Sarcasm City every Monday. Come on.
There you go.
But yeah, man.
Sunny.
Listen, what I'm going to say, right, is basically the Arteta didn't get the opportunity to slag off Arteta today, right? Because obviously Arsenal have played with a shape, they played with a system, regardless of which players they put in. You know, I heard a couple of idiots say the other day that Thomas Tuchel jumped off the plane, had one training session, and it's changed the way Chelsea play. I've never heard so much bullshit and anti-Arsenal talk in my life, right? And when people say when are Arsenal going to win the league, don't just say when are Arsenal going to win the league and come up with a number like it's magic. Explain your reasons of why it's going to take so long to get there, or why it's going to take so short to get there.
By the way, sorry, Sonny, can I just cut in? AFC 04, I'm 10 years older than you, my guy. Just letting you know that, innit? So go to bed because you do have online school tomorrow.
Anyway, I'm just saying, right? People are saying Arteta's crap, Arteta's this, or Arteta's that. It's not a matter of just being Arteta in and out, right? If you're going to come up with a figure of when Arsenal are going to be successful again, or if they're not going to be successful again, explain your reasons why. That's all I'm saying. There's no point in just plucking a number out of the sky.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, understood. Now, Nitish, you're muted.
Sorry, I'll just add one thing that I said in a funny way before the US elections. Donald Trump, go buy Arsenal from Kroenkes and you'll probably win the elections. But in a funny way, as I said again, I don't think there is one single problem with respect to Arsenal. We have talked about it. There are multiple problems. Today's game, again, we are relying on a few players like Saka, Tierney, and some of these other guys, even Martinelli to an extent. We need more players who perform and they produce good performances. unless and until we do that and stop relying on just a few players, that could be a problem for us in the long run, especially.
Okay. WSL, closing remarks?
Yeah, Cam, just quickly say he wasn't talking about you. I think he was talking about Samuel, AFC04. But
yeah, no, I didn't clock, man. That's why I just said my bad.
I didn't know it was anyway.
Take it back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so just back to the point that I made earlier about how football is so involved about money. That's kind of why I follow women's football, which is what my channel is about. Women's football is much different. A lot of people are going to hate me for it because women can't play football, etc. But hey, man, Arsenal actually have a really good women's team, so I enjoy following that, and I enjoy following all the different women's leagues. So if anyone is interested in that, make sure to check my channel out. But yeah, Egal, man, thank you very much for having me on.
Appreciate it, bro. Samuel.
Yeah,
Listen, you're gonna be here all day talking about Arsenal, the board, the thing, you know. At the end of the day, you know, it was a bad result. Looking at the game, United were there for the taking. I'm just disappointed in some of the players today, you know, Lacazette. Why do you take the shot from there, you know? But when we move on to Wolves and they're in bad form and we can get 3 points.
Okay, and your hands where we can see them.
Hey, listen, like I said, 4 points, we move to the next game, man. Like, I'm not complaining. I see a lot of people saying we set it up tactically wrong today, but I just think that's just the Arteta hatred just shining through. Like, you can want the manager out, but come on, man. There was nothing wrong with our tactical setup today. That's pathetic to even say that. Listen, the team didn't play as well as we would have liked them to. I've talked about the combination from the 2 pivot to the number 10. But, you know, we moved, brother. You got 4 points of Man United this season. Like, any other normal season, you take that. So what's the complaining about?
Yeah, and we're done. But before we go, listen, I'm not gonna do no predictions for the rest of the season. Not gonna do any of that. What I'm just gonna do is all you guys talking about United winning a league. That looks like that's done, and I'm happy we're part of that. That's it. Anyways, we're out of here. Later.